Storm Track weather with meteorologist Blaze Keller.
All right, we have got a lot to talk about here as next week, especially Tuesday into Wednesday, that's when we're going to go from the 60s to the 20s in a very short amount of time. And that means that we're going to be dealing with the chance for now severe weather. And then also on the backside of that, maybe a few tenths of an inch up to maybe a half an inch of fresh snow as we're going into your Wednesday. So we're quiet right now. We got into those upper 50s to low 60s, and that low that's going to bring about this change has moved out of Alaska and is beginning to move its way into British Columbia. This is going to stay to our north, but as I mentioned last night, it's going to tap into the energy with the low that's off the coast of California. There's a lot of energy with these two low pressure systems, and that's why not only are parts of southern Wisconsin underneath a severe weather threat into next week, but also parts of the Midwest, including Michigan, Indiana, as well as Illinois and Missouri underneath that threat, not only Tuesday, but also into Wednesday as well. We're still in the 50s back at home across much of southern Wisconsin. We're dipping into those upper 40s around Stevens Point, same with those of us in Viroqua, but everybody else seems to be hovering right around 53, maybe 52 degrees. A lot of us, though, right about 55. So let's walk Future Track through the rest of this evening into the start of your next work week. We're counting down the days left in February, and it's going to be a very active end to this very short month. We are going to be quiet for your Monday. It is going to be very breezy, though. So those southerly winds, they're going to be working hard to get us into those 60s tomorrow. Gusts could be upwards of 30 miles per hour, but we're going to be quiet, and we're going to continue to remain quiet as we go into your Tuesday morning as well. That's when this low pressure system will begin to be on our doorstep, no earlier than Tuesday morning, and it's going to continue to pull that warmth northwards, a bit of instability as well, and that's going to provide us for the chance for showers and thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon, I would say late afternoon, early evening. But it's going to quickly turn over into a rain-snow mix and then further into snow as a very strong cold front behind that moves in very cold, dry, stable air. Our window for severe weather on Tuesday is going to be short. That doesn't necessarily mean that we won't see any severe weather, but it is going to be incredibly short because right behind us is that cooler air. We're looking at 7:30 at night, kind of the peak of maybe when we could see some of that severe weather, but we're already seeing snow off in La Crosse and probably thunderstorms across southeastern Wisconsin. So that's not a great distance in comparison. So that cooler air is quickly going to be rushing on in and stabilizing the atmosphere as we go overnight into your Wednesday morning. The precipitation Wednesday morning is going to be snow. In terms of snow, we're looking at, as I said, maybe a quarter to a half an inch at best. Keep in mind, we'll be at 60 earlier by the time that snow is falling, so a lot of that snow is going to melt even overnight into your day on Wednesday. Unlike yesterday, we've watched as that marginal and slight risk have been reintroduced to southern Wisconsin. If you're in the green, the environment isn't going to be as great as, say, across the south and the east here. Strong winds and I think hail are going to be our main threats. Can't rule out an isolated weak tornado, but again, folks, that window is going to be so short. That's both good and bad. Short, that we're not going to have a long duration if we see severe weather, but short, it could happen very quickly. So make sure you've got our 27 Storm Track weather app and a way to receive weather alerts as we go into your Tuesday afternoon. There's a look at your 7-day forecast from the 60s to the 20s, Tuesday into Wednesday, but then just as quickly, we're back into the 50s by Friday.
No viewer pictures?
At 10.
Oh,
I had
okay.
to talk about a lot of stuff, so
Okay.
I'll make sure that I show off. It was actually a really cool photo.
Stay
10.
tuned. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Thank you, Blaze. Well, Dak Rivers returned to face his old team today. Luke Gamble joins us with more on the